Hey, this is Cameron and welcome to the reaction log. Whoa, 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 whoa. 4 woes for you. Oh, I went for this already. My girlfriend found that on the street. So we got a special spicy one here for you today. It's time that we get back into this. Because you know what? Tommy Emmanuel has only been featured once on the show, and I feel like everybody loved that video. That video was a record, for me at least. And honestly, just a general all-around impressive YouTube thing. For like a 20,000 view video, it was at like 20,000 views at this time, it crossed 1,000 comments. All of them were upset at me. And it was because of all of my usual steel string criticisms, and that is, of course, it's a guitar that isn't even meant to be played, really. Certainly not played virtuosically. Like, I get it for, like, singer-songwriter stuff, you know, maybe it sounds good with the human voice. If you watch the last video, you know what I'm kind of referencing there. But I mean, if you're gonna play a fugue or something, surely not. So, and actually, elephant in the room, you see it back there. I did get a steel string guitar. Let me show it to you really quick. So I went to a guitar distributor and I got this guitar for $17,000. It's pretty good. Oh, I'm really good, by the way. I don't know if I needed to tell you that. I'm really good at playing random notes. I'm not a steel string guitarist. I am a classical guitarist. When you compare it to the $7,000 Thames lattice brace, yeah, it's so much easier to play. I'm sorry, this has been a really long intro that probably isn't interesting to anyone who might not know who I am already. I'm a classical elitist snob, and I'm gonna make fun of Tommy Emmanuel because I have no respect for anything. Yeah, you're gonna fill up your truck with some hammers from Home Depot. Tell you what. This is just a Home Depot ad. Calm down. You don't have to add all that. It can really just be that, honestly. You don't have to add all that other stuff. You want to hear as little of the steel string as possible. Otherwise, you hear too much of the sonic profile of it and you realize how bad it sounds. All right.
I have Tommy Emmanuel here, who's one of my absolute favorite guitarists in the world.
Hey, I'm Rick Beato, here with Rick Beato, if Rick Beato locked in.
I want to keep moving my chair forward so I can see everything that Tommy plays.
Yeah, no.
Rick, calm down, dude. You already got him in the room.
He wants to keep moving his chair forward because he wants to be bigger in the picture. He wants me to look small.
Dude, Tommy Emmanuel, we are on the same wavelength. That sounds like something that I would say. Throwback to the John Williams being tiny stuff, am I right? What is funnier than John Williams' favorite luthier being Smallman? I remember I made a joke about that. It's like, that's the only guy that could make a guitar for John Williams because he's so tiny. Hey, look at me, I'm Greg Smallman. He's that big. He's just that little big.
I'm going to see Greg Smallman. Great Australian guitar maker.
I thought you were the Smallman. We're gonna see Greg Smallman, the only guitar maker who can make a guitar small enough for me.
He's got this wonderful guitar, which I saw back in April, but we met in Sydney.
Yeah, he's got this wonderful guitar. It's the perfect size for me. I can play my Bach finally. Tommy, you missed your chance being a classical guitarist. And you might have missed your chance being a comedian, too. You're exiled to steel string, man. I'm sorry.
That's what he's really doing.
Tommy, how do you get so
big? Tommy, how do you get so large?
Great on the guitar? There's so many different things.
Yes. Why didn't he ask Willow Smith that same question? How did you get so great at the guitar? Rick's a little more talkative in this one, huh? We haven't, like, listened to him yet. Hold on.
You do well.
Oh.
So many different types of guitar playing.
Yeah, I mean, I've only heard him play one type. We might need to research that.
You're a guitar player. You're incredibly well versed in so many different genres, and your arrangements utilize so many different types of guitar things. Whether it's, like, I've seen you do your, you know, the cascading harmonics and things like that.
No, I got it directly from Chet Atkins.
Yes.
As all of us did,
Yes.
really. It was a long time ago. It was in probably the late 40s or early 50s.
Yeah.
I just found ways of doing it myself. I tried to come up with arrangements of songs that the public would know, like
Yes.
Michelle,
Yep.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Yeah, see, that's your problem there. That really is the separation between classical and this. Because they are kind of similar. It's just virtuosic guitar music. That's like concert music, too. He will learn songs that he thinks the public will know, but I learn songs that the public don't know, and then I judge the public for not knowing them. And it's like, what, you never heard of Bach? What, are you stupid and uneducated? And that's how I'll go through the rest of my life, probably. It's a happy life of looking down on everyone.
Which incorporates some other harmonics too.
Oh, Harmonics. Rick, don't nod your head like you don't know what's going on. You have to practice the point on that note. Dramatic point. The public knows this one? Dude, I don't know this one. Sounds pretty out there, to be honest.
This guitar's not super loud. Mr. and Mrs. Gibson loaned me this today.
This guitar sucks, by the way. You couldn't just borrow one of those, man? Rick is stingy with his guitars. He wouldn't let him play it. Rick's one of those guys where he's like, you can't play my guitar. No, I don't want you to play
And
it.
it's got very light strings on it. I use heavier strings. Just wanted you to know that.
Yeah, this guitar is quiet. It's got little puny baby strings on it. Like, I wouldn't usually play something like this, but, you know, the Gibsons loaned it to me. They gave me some guitar that a child would play.
There's a lot of really sophisticated jazz harmony that you do in there.
Well, they're the surprise moments, you know. I
that
know.
we
I
talked
saw your
about.
interview with Sting and Dominic. Sting is so right about that. We need to be surprised because actually, surprise equals entertainment.
Boom. From the entertainer himself. Write that down, people back home. Surprise equals entertainment. What can I do to surprise you right now?
I went looking for stuff that is purposely not predictable. And
That's
I
where it
like
gets in those more sophisticated harmony. You're really combining so many different styles of harmony in that right there.
Well, you know,
Yeah, you're just kind of doing a bunch of random stuff.
I have a lot of people to thank for that. You know, Chet, of course.
Yep.
Jerry Reed.
Yep.
Ray Charles.
Yep.
George Benson.
And they all have Bach to thank. Be sure to thank Bach tonight before you go to bed. And Palestrina.
I remember one time I was walking through an airport. I can't even remember where it was. I heard this piano playing, and he was playing Moon River. And he went,
Was it Jacob Collier? Uh-oh. He was doing some jazzy stuff on that, I bet.
you know, Moon River. Right, and he wasn't singing. And then he went. And I went, holy smoke, what was that? You know,
I mean, to be fair, on piano, that would be a lot harder than it was on guitar. Because on guitar, it looked like you just slid that sucker down 4 times and then went to a G major chord.
because guitar players don't think that's
right.
This piano.
Yeah, they do. What are you talking about? Planing chords? Guitar players absolutely think that way. The dumbest kind of guitar players think that way, where they're not thinking about the notes they're playing, but they're thinking about, like, geometry and, like, just sliding shapes around like they're toddlers. That's exactly a guitarist thing. Oh, I just got some more coffee. This is not a stout, by the way. It's a morning coffee. I'm not that irresponsible.
And I said, I got to steal that straight away. So I sat down and got my guitar and worked it out. And then
And it was pretty easy, because it was just one chord slid around. Okay.
I thought, okay, how can I vary it? Because I can't use it every time.
Slide it 1 fret this time.
So the second time,
Yeah.
This is the first time you ever thought to do that? How can you vary it? Can you vary it like that? I don't know.
then so forth.
Hey, that guitar suits you. I like the lack of buzzing that I'm hearing there. You're playing very delicately. A quiet guitar can be nice.
And I'm trying to do.
Don't make that motion right now. Don't do that. Stay true to yourself, Tommy. Don't ever be a button pusher like that pianist you heard. That button pusher was playing random notes and you made it art. Never forget that.
Piano things on the guitar to be different because I don't want to be sounding like every other kind of chordal melody kind of guy, you know.
Certainly not.
When you're working on an arrangement, is there some style of harmony that you like to use? If you're playing a Beatles tune, for example.
What an insulting question, Rick. This is the weird thing between how he talks to Willow Smith and how he talks to Tommy. Rick would never ask this question. It would be like, do you like piano? Did you learn piano as a kid? I don't know. It's neither here or there. I have the part 2 of that Willow Smith video in the, like, locked and loaded right now. I'm a little scared to edit it together. I think you'll be surprised by it, though, with my conclusions. And I'm also ashamed in all of you for hating on Willow Smith so much.
Right.
Okay.
But then I go for the vocal harmonies.
I was wondering about that because I noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure you did.
A lot of vocal harmonies do this. So some parts go up while the melody's going down, and vice versa.
That's a freaking Australian right there. Oh, up and down. It's like, what? I mean, I'm above the equator. I don't know, but this is up and down to me. I'm just going to throw that out there. Dude, they must be all mixed up down there. Oh, my God.
Right? And sometimes you get a harmony. Like Chet did this beautiful thing.
You almost summoned Tim Henson and Marson with that one.
In Summer Over the Rainbow. And then...
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very pianistic, too.
Yeah, it's very Hollywood as well. And there was...
Yeah. It's a lot of things. Literally everyone did that, ever.
So many incredible arrangements came out of, the 30s, 40s, 50s in Hollywood movies. And the music is truly amazing. So, I stole that idea immediately. One day I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far. So forth. And I'm always looking for something that sounds vocal, it kind of sounds like it's written in stone.
That's interesting, too, hearing Tommy talk about the vocal melody. I mentioned this in the last episode of Sore Hands from yesterday, or the day before, depending on when this comes out. But using classical as a foundation for your musicianship in general, I think is very useful. But for a lot of the same reasons that he's talking about. And when I'm talking about musicianship, I'm talking about your actual ability to make and produce music that sounds like music. And a lot of that involves, like, phrasing. Like, you have notes, you learn your scales and arpeggios and stuff. You have to play them in a way that makes sense. And it sounds like he's talking a lot about the same stuff, but he's coming at it from, like, early Hollywood stuff.
Interpreting the melody properly. What I learned through my life thus far is that if you want to learn a song and come up with an arrangement, you've got to learn the melody, as Chet would say, as the composer intended.
Yes.
So learn the melody properly first.
Julian Bream wouldn't like that. John Williams team. I need to make a John Williams team sticker. It's not as catchy, though.
Don't go learning all the other fancy schmancy stuff that so many creative people do. Learn the melody properly first, learn the right chords. Then, if you want to change it and make it your own thing, you can do that.
That is facts. That's the most facts thing we're probably going to hear today, because that is like just a universal musical truth. And even in my own lessons, I had a guitar lesson last week. Guess what? I was playing the Soar Mozart variations. The finale part here. Which, let me also address this too. There was a buzz note in there, or like several, and I'll make fun of Tommy Emmanuel for his buzz notes. Mine are not on purpose. When he does this, that's on purpose. That's just playing it heavy-handed. I do it because I suck. But anyways, I was asked in the lesson to just play the melody. It's such a simple melody, and I just never thought of it that way, because I'm just playing the notes in order as I read them, that I like struggled to do it. It was weird. But yeah, you have to know the melody to actually shape it properly. Yeah, without that, you're just playing like just random arpeggios. But yeah, when you pick out the melody and play it separately and then put it all together, it will, if anything, just give you an ear for where the melody is. And in subtle ways, that'll help your like presentation of the music. Because what you want to do when you present music, you want it to be a demonstration of the song, not a demonstration of your ability to just play the notes, you know? Even if you're not even thinking about phrasing it nicely, if you know the melody and can hear it as you're playing it, it will sound different than if you're just playing the notes one by one.
But you've got to learn the melody properly first.
Learn your freaking melody, morons. That's what this is. This goes to all those high schoolers in your jazz class. Learn the freaking melody.
How did you come up with this arrangement of classical gas?
Uh-oh. Here we go.
As a solo piece, it just took too long to get going. When you're playing in bars and stuff like I was all those years ago, people have the attention span of a 3-year-old. Right. You've got to slap.
You're being generous, I think, too.
you got to keep it rocking, and things have to keep moving and grooving and all that stuff. You know, what I did is out of necessity, I changed everything about it, and I purposely didn't play the original version because it just didn't work as a solo piece.
Right.
I just took the iconic parts, which is right, and then They're the three iconic parts.
Yeah.
Right? So I just built the rest of it around it, and I just threw it out there, you know, and people loved it. They responded straight away. I always judge how something's going by audience response, because that's my job. I'm playing.
Yeah, dude, that's the opposite of me. If my audience doesn't care, I know that I am presenting my classical music correctly, because it's not supposed to be accessible. You're not supposed to like it. You're supposed to feel bad that you can't like it, and you're supposed to think that I do like it, but I actually secretly don't. That's the classical way.
My job is to play for people. I judge what my work is like and how I'm performing it, how it comes out by your response. You're my yardstick. You're my quality control.
Yeah, you're my little rat, my little test rat. Let's see how banging this classical gas piece is.
I'm talking to you out there, you know.
Yeah, you freaking rat. Look at you.
If you take a song like Somewhere Over the Rainbow,
Yeah.
that has such a sophisticated chord progression. That versus
Yeah, it's like impossible.
if you're doing a Beatles song, for example, that may have a simpler chord progression, bringing different things in there, different techniques to make the...
But the bottom line is I'm still interpreting the melody correctly,
Yes.
hopefully. you
Yes.
know. When I play Lady Madonna,
Yep.
my biggest decision is how do I want to make it feel?
Yeah.
You know, so I want the singing part to be like Paul McCartney's Lady Madonna.
Nice Paul McCartney impression too. This is a Beatles tune that he arranged. This kind of music to listen to would be for guitar nerds. And that's the main thing. And I'm gonna end this reaction here because we're only 9 minutes into it. We got another 40 minutes. I'm so sorry. But I need to drink some water or something because I'm coughing. But I'm gonna end it with this. These are my feelings, guys. Steel string guitar. I've changed my tune on it a little bit. It is a nice timbre for certain things. I think that it does really well with the human voice. But when you end up making virtuosic compositions on the steel string guitar, like obviously if there's like tappy percussive elements to it, of course steel string works better. It's like a drum with strings on it basically. But I don't know, like when it comes to just the ease of playing and the tone production and like the fullness, I don't know. Nothing beats the classical. I know that all of you disagree. And I know for Tommy Emmanuel's music, steel string is kind of required. Playing in a bar, but maybe we should ask ourselves, what are we doing in bars? Why not play in a cathedral? You know? You deserve it. You think they even know what they're listening to when you play your jazzy harmonies for them? They're all drunk simpletons. I'm just gonna get really nasty now. Freaking morons. You think they know what they're listening to? Probably. I'm the drunk moron at the bar, by the way. If I heard Tommy Emmanuel play at a bar, I'd be freaking out. I'd be so happy. Because my God, I live like in a downtown area, and you might even be able to hear there's like live music going on out there right now. It's super annoying, by the way. I hate music. I don't know if you knew that. There's a bar that I live next to, and the kind of music they play there, it is always just so awful. Like, I don't even think anybody likes it. I'm not gonna get into what kind of music it is. It's like, just imagine just like country-ish, like it's always just covers too, bad covers. Like if you're gonna do singer-songwriter stuff, I wouldn't mind hearing just like your original music. God, dude, whenever they play covers, oh, it's so awful. Who likes that? I don't know. And I'm not talking about covers like Tommy Emmanuel. What Tommy does is he does arrangements. Am I elitist enough for you in this one? I've been a little nice in the last couple of videos. It's time to get a little dirty and nasty. Anywho, let's go ahead and wrap this one up here. This is not the last of this video. I am going to watch this entire interview. Just not right now, because it's already been a while. So, you know, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Of course, if you want some guitar lessons, send me an email. My slots are full right now. Believe it or not, I actually have a full schedule of students, so I can't take any more. I know that after watching this video, you're like, no one should ever take guitar lessons from you. People do, and I teach them well, because I am an educated classical musician. And getting a master's degree soon, boom. Can't stop me. Knowledge is power, bro. What are you going to say to that? Rootin's Delight. Head on down over to Rootin's Delight. Do whatever else you want. There's a Patreon. Like, sometimes I do stuff on Patreon. It'll be like seminar type stuff. Maybe a master class. Anybody want a master class? That'd be fun. Let's go practice some more guitar. I'll see you in the next one.